All right. Hello. Welcome to episode. This is episode 4 of the PF Talks podcast. Um, don't even know how many episodes I'm in on my own podcast. Yeah, I'm a fraud if you can't tell. Um, yeah, man. Hope y'all, whoever's watching, hope you're having a good day so far. Um, Yeah, this is episode 4. So yeah, I hope you're having a good day so far, wherever you're watching or whenever you're watching. Um, we got some stuff to talk about. Got a few things to talk about for sure. Why? Okay. All right. Yeah. So we got a few things to talk about. Um, a lot of exciting things happening. In the coming weeks, we got Worlds this upcoming weekend and stuff. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. And along with other stuff, edit my response. Okay, we're gonna leave that. We're gonna go back here. All right, sorry guys. But yeah. If you are watching this on a Monday, you probably saw the solar eclipse, or not a Monday, but if you're watching this after Monday, I am recording this on a Monday. You probably saw the solar eclipse yesterday. Um, yeah, that was honestly pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. The eclipse. I've never like seen anything like that before. I think I had like a mini. I believe there was like a mini eclipse one day. Um, Earlier this year. I forgot what month it was. I'm pretty sure it was the month of March. We had something similar in my town to an eclipse, except it's like it wasn't like a full eclipse. It was like a semi um solar eclipse, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to explain it. Like the sky got a little bit darker. It wasn't like clouds. That's probably if that's what you're saying. Fuck you. Um, so it wasn't like clouds or anything. Like the sun was out. Like it was clear skies. The sun was out, but it looked like someone like turned the brightness down or something. Um, so yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, cool. If you don't, whatever. But yeah, the eclipse was honestly pretty cool, man. I looked at it and like it wasn't completely covering the sun. Um, like it had like a little bit of the sun that it needed to cover up still, but you could tell it was getting darker. And so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I went back inside. Yeah, I went back inside, and then all of a sudden, I think I was reading something, and I look up, and it's just pitch black dark outside, and I go outside, I'm just like, yo, what the hell, and the full eclipse was in effect, and it's like it was dark, completely dark outside. People's lights, like automatic, you know, front porch and uh garden lights were turning on, the street lights were on as well. So it's like it was like that for about, I don't want to just put out a number. I was gonna say probably like about 10 minutes, but it was pretty dark for a while. um I don't think it was like 10 minutes or anything like that. It felt like it, but it was pretty dark for a long time. And I looked up at it when it was like completely dark, cuz like I put on the glasses and I looked up at the sky, and it just wasn't letting it just didn't appear with the special glasses that I have. And it just didn't appear, so I took them off and I kind of like put my hand over my eyes and like looked up at it. I don't know if I was supposed to do that or not, but yeah. I'm fine as far as that's concerned. I didn't like full on stare at it, but I hate fucking YouTube. Um, I didn't full on like stare at it or anything like that. I'm not an idiot on the internet looking for clout, but yeah, I just kind of looked at it for like a second. I just kind of looked up at it and then I said, "Oh, okay." I didn't take any pictures or anything like that, but yeah, that's enough of that. You guys didn't come for like solar eclipse updates. You came for the podcast. Um, so yeah, I am your host. If you don't know by now, it's like literally down below as the channel name. Pariahs_Sky. That's why it's called the PS Talks podcast. Um, call me Pariahs, call me Sky, whatever. I don't care. Just don't switch back and forth between the two. People annoy me. If you've called me Pariahs before, just stick with that. And if you called me Sky before, just please stick with that. I hate when people swap back and forth. And people that I known for a long time call me Pariahs, and people that I've like recently met either hear somebody else call me Sky or we're that close to the point where I just tell them, yeah, you can call me Sky. But that's only for a select few of people, unless people have already heard. But anyway, none of that's important. But yeah, we are gonna be covering a couple of things on the podcast today. We got more information on worlds and stuff, so they're gonna be. If you don't know, if this is your first time watching, there will be 6 teams at the World Championships instead of just 4. Instead of the NA, EU, Japan representative, and the Australia versus, and I said Australia versus New Zealand. The Australia/New Zealand representative being in the tournament, because usually traditionally it was just those 4. Now we've added South Korea into the mix, and now Hong Kong and Taiwan are also 2 other regions that have been added to the mix, and there is a qualifier between those two. Like those 2 regions, Taiwan and Hong Kong, had their own qualifiers, but they will face each other, I believe, this upcoming Thursday to see who competes over the weekend on Saturday and also Sunday. So they're kind of, I guess they're kind of already in Japan, and they're kind of prepping and making sure. So um, and I'll kind of refresh you guys on like the groups and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll get into it, man. Couple things happened this weekend, of course. There were a couple Splatoon 1 send-off tournaments. If you have been living under a rock or you just don't keep up with Splatoon 1, I don't blame you. The Splatoon 1 servers have been, or the Wii U servers have been shut down. Online services have been shut down. I believe this was the last day for you to play or get even a taste of Splatoon 1. So that happened this past weekend. There was an invitational, I think, hosted by the the host of Area Cup. I believe it's the host of Area Cup. They I guess we'll talk about you. Sure, why not? Um but yeah, usually the host of Area Cup are the ones that run that tournament, and so yeah, we had that go. We had that happen. The teams that were invited, I can't find a bracket because they always do like Google Forms for their signups, which is pretty annoying. But actually, it makes sense for an invitational. But I feel like you should just invite, especially a high level. You should just invite the best teams because it seemed like it was like more of a high level invitational thing for people who have Splatoon 1. Um, I believe a Zero pickup signed up. I forgot who was playing with Zero. Jackpot ended up signing up. I didn't even think most of those players had a Wii U, but they did. Jackpot ended up signing up. FT Win ended up signing up. Bursty, Biscuit, Kyo, and Goss. Um, I believe Dude ended up doing a pickup with Brian and 2 other people. Um, Jackpot ended up signing up. FT Win ended up signing up, or being invited. There were two Japanese teams, but ultimately the winner of the S1 Invitational was FT Win. It was a double elimination straight through tournament, and quite honestly with you, I wasn't able to watch it because I had things to do this weekend. I had some important things to do this weekend, so I wasn't able to watch the entire invitational. I am gonna go watch it back, but um, from what I saw, the comps looked pretty interesting. And that sounds weird coming from Splatoon 1, but I saw like double cherry H3, the wall and bubble combo from FT Win. They were running double cherry H3, and I think Kill was running bucket. And then you saw a couple of ranges, like custom range blasters, CRB, Splat Bomb, and Kraken. And then you also, I believe there was also, I forgot what the fourth weapon was that they were running. I think they were running double cherry, double slosher. So that was interesting for the side of FT Win. I think Jackpot was running something similar. Most of them are in Worlds, so they didn't play in the other S1 Invitational. They have it on Sunday. Not Invitational, but tournament. They have it on Sunday. It was a speed ladder hosted by Hitzel. Um, and Nexus ended up winning that one. It's the team of Zero, um, or pickup of Zero, Goss, Bursty was filling in for Leafy, who was originally supposed to play, but I'm pretty sure Leafy left out for Japan on Saturday after Jackpot finished playing in the S1 Invitational, and then I think Volti was there was there also. So Nexus was fun fact. I think Nexus was Zero's first Splatoon 1 team. I forgot who was all originally on the roster, but that was Zero's, I think, first Splatoon team, which was kind of interesting. I recognize the name, but because of that. But yeah, a tournament happened on so I kind of skipped ahead. I went to those S1 invitationals because they were not invitational, but those tournaments because you know, if you're not familiar with how you would like do streams or mainstream, there wasn't a mainstream for the latter, obviously, but for the invitational, in order to have a mainstream, you had to watch someone's perspective and commentate over that. And so you kind of had to hope that multiple people in the tournament had a capture card for the matches you wanted to watch, or you had to hope that the only person that had a capture card, got really far into the tournament and stuff like that. So yeah, um, that I didn't watch an official stream. I don't think there was an official stream like in an official English broadcast, but I do think the guys that usually run Area Cup had a main stream for that. So I might go watch that back and see how they did like the streaming and stuff. So that's gonna be interesting because there's no spectator mode in Splatoon 1. But yeah, I kind of skipped ahead. My bad. But Friday, April the 5th, we had level up 19, and I believe FTIU 51. I'm pretty sure it was the winners of level up 19. And I've been meaning to talk about level up and also Neon Whale. We'll kind of get to Neon Whale in a second, but I've been meaning to talk about these tournaments. Even though I don't agree with like some stuff, I think a skill floor is absolutely stupid. But hey, I still want to like highlight these tournaments. Not that it matters what I think, but I still want to highlight the tournaments because you know it is still competitive Splatoon, and they're not incompetent like some other tournaments. Anyway, but yeah, Catnip ended up winning this one. The team of Potato, 5th Gen, Twig, Luna, the Lemon 27, I believe Gus was a sub, and then that win ended up getting second. The pickup of that kid, Harashi, Jelly, and I don't know how to say that, but Yeah. And then XOXO, it was KS, Mars, Spec, and Fishy, who ended up getting third. Lock the Freakin' ended up rounding out at fourth. Goose, Vanessa, FM Candy, and Lupless, or Lupples, however you want to say it. And then the rest of the top eight are names that I do not care to say. I will give a shout out to Blaha Blast because I believe most of these players used to play in Loing before they got banned. And I'll give a shout out to Burger because I recognize Pezpop and Suvalis. But the rest, I don't know who you guys are. So, I don't recognize them at all because they have some weird names. But yeah, Baja Blast ended up getting top 8. The team of Lexi, Sorella, Hornet, and CJ. This tournament only got 19. I quite honestly think if they I think, yeah, 18 teams, so they got less than the actual number. I do think that if this tournament just maybe um, got rid of their skill floor, or if they still wanted a skill floor, I think they could lower it down to like maybe Div 5 or something. I feel like they get more teams. Maybe that's not what they want. Maybe they want quality over quantity, but like, are there really any teams in quote unquote mid level? And most high level teams are probably not going to look into this, if I'm just being completely honest. Um, that's not like a flack on the tournament, just overall, I guess, my opinion, but my opinion does not matter. Anyway, going on over into, we had something called Silly Sausage Sunday. That was on Sunday. I don't know what. Zuka out, it says. I guess we'll cover that since I just saw that. And then Squid Junction, I think, was won by Osmosis, which was what's it called? New team, Lin, Zenith, and I forgot who else was all on that team. But yeah, that's their new team. So they ended up winning their first tournament, and then from the Ink Up 51 happened, and the podium for this one, I'm not gonna really talk about it because I didn't really watch it all the way. The podium for this one was Chroma team name, which I do recognize most of these players. The Whip Rays, who ended up getting third, they were very close to getting into that finals, but lost out on Clan Blitz Inkblot. That's one thing I do know. They lost to Crack and Cheese, even though they were also Crack and Cheese. And Truck and Car ended up finishing in fourth. Then we got Flux 220 Copium tied for fifth with Ink Under. Ink Under, I'm quite interested in. I think they're the next team up. After they played in the LSO, they lost to the Goldies. I kind of been wanting them to show their face again in LSL, but they haven't been playing. I'm not sure what the deal is there. I don't know if they hated the format or if they really just did not like us, but nonetheless, that's who ended up rounding out the podium for that's gold bracket. We had Krill Switch in there. I do recognize these guys, and then we had a team called, or pickup called Boo. The team that ended up winning silver bracket was Bakery Assault, and then bronze bracket was won by Stardust Strikers. Pretty sure. Yeah, Stardust Strikers. Hopefully it's better than Mario Strikers, but yeah. I'd quite honestly play a game called Stardust Strikers. Not even gonna lie to you. Alright, and then Saturday, moving back into Saturday, I know I kind of jumped all over the place. Moving back into Saturday, we had Picnic number 6. That was right after the Splatoon 1 Invitational. It happened at a normal time. It happened at 1 p.m. EST. I was not able to watch this, unfortunately. But the team that ended up winning this one was Phoenix Water is surprisingly clean. Is famously clean, sorry. The team of Zenith, Dorm, Atomic, and Yoshell, so it's just a pickup of those guys. that ended up taking first place in this one. AR, also known as Gru, Promino, Gray, Scar, and I believe Obito was either subbing for Volti or if that's a permanent thing where Obito is playing with Gru now. Not sure what's happening there. They've kicked so many people, I've kind of lost count. Um, I'm joking, by the way. Um, oh my god, I hate YouTube. I hate YouTube. Sorry, I like. I'm supposed to not get any ads, but okay, whatever. Um, but yeah, if you're unsure what Picnic is a tournament. Um, Picnic is a tournament that gives you points towards the Sindao Q leaderboard. So, like, Sindao Q comes in and you have a season where it's like you can rank individually to get into plus servers, and then for teams, there is rankings for teams to where you can get invited to the Sindao Q major that happens at the end of the season or after the end of the season, which has the top 12 teams in it play in a double elimination bracket that's zones only, I believe. Picnic is all modes, but for the Sendaku Major, it is zones only. So this gives you Picnic is a tournament that gives you points. It's hosted by Sendao. It gives you points towards your leaderboard, towards your team send out queue points and stuff, and also to you individually. Most tournaments that are hosted on send out give you points, but towards your send out queue ranking. But yeah, this one has a heavy emphasis to play in it. So we had, Finish Water is famously clean, and then we had AR, also known as Gru, playing in this one. Um, Black Lotus ended up getting into the top 8. That's another team of note. We had Junior Gang that I think is usually, I forgot what their name usually is, but I do see some names I recognize. Like I do see Andrew, Punchy. Um, this might not be the same team. This might just be a pickup. And then we had Hades that ended up having Lin as a sub. It was the team of Trey, Cuber, and Zen. If you don't know who Trey is, Trey was Apple from the Deep Fried Octolings. If you remember that, Black Lotus ended up tying for 7th with another team that I don't know how to say. And then Spam Musabi, I don't know what that is. The team was Sorella, John, Captain Happy, and Zer Maddie. I believe all of these players played in low ink at some point back in Splatoon 2, or were like low ink regulars back in Splatoon 2 at one point. So it's good to see them making podium or like making it into the top 8 of this tournament here. This is a major tournament. You could kind of consider this like a semi, maybe like a, I don't know if we want to call everything a major now, but if we call Picnic 6 a major, I think we have to call stuff like Super Jump and 20XX and Stormbreak like super majors and like stuff like that. And then also the Sendoki major we have to, but that's a different topic for another day. Um, nevertheless, that was the podium. Gru ended up playing Finish Water in winners finals, and they ended up losing 3-1. And then Guru ran into the losers bracket, took care of business, ended up playing Finish Water again, and Finish Water ended up being forced into a bracket reset. Guru was the number 1 seed going into this tournament, so Finish Water was the number 2, and then in the bracket reset, Finish Water ended up beating Guru 3-2. So yeah, that was Picnic 6. Um, and so we had another tournament that was on Sunday. I didn't even know this happened. This had like 13 teams in it. Um, it was called Silly Sausage Sunday. I can't believe I just said those words, but yeah, it's called Zuka Out. So I guess there was no Zuka in this tournament, and the winner of this one, because no one knows how to have a proper pickup name, is Duck Fam Club, which was the team or was the pickup of Sam, some people I don't recognize, and Dat Kid. Um, yeah, and then second place ended up being Fee to Lose, which was I don't even think I should even say these names. You probably won't even know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I just wish we'd do better with like the pickup team names. I guess the rules for this one was no Zuka, and yeah, I guess they're banning new stuff. So Trizuka was completely banned from this tournament. It was a double elimination format, so that's interesting. We've been seeing more of these tournaments as of lately. We've been seeing more tournaments to try out limiting things. The TO Guild also put out a tweet on Sunday, that was yesterday, where they wanted feedback on the current state of competitive Splatoon, and you can fill out a if you haven't been on Twitter and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll have a link down to it below. I'll have a link down to the tweet in the description below. But yeah, it'll take you to a forum, and the TO Guild forum has basically some questions for you to answer. Um, about what do you think if basically asking for players' opinions on if restrictions are needed. Should we have restrictions? If we do have restrictions, what in your opinion should we restrict? um Obviously there are some flaws to this, that like a lot of people will just kind of have restrictions on things that they just don't enjoy playing against. Like if someone says, like if you ask a low level team for their opinion, some of them might come at you reasonably, some of them might be like, I want Stamper banned. It's like Stamper's not really a problem, but hey, to each their own. So yeah, we have that, and then also, sorry, again, um, sorry again, I got, okay, that's a video that I will play for you guys later. If you heard that in the background, I apologize. But yeah, we're seeing more tournaments with like restrictions. I believe All for One ended up for this upcoming Friday, for their tournament for this upcoming Friday. If you don't know what All for One is, I'm just gonna be completely honest, and if people get mad at me for saying this, I don't really care. All for One is just a Middle Cup clone, except it's on a Friday, so it caters to one mode every I think it's a bi-weekly. It runs bi-weekly with Level Up, so every other week it just changes its mode. So like this time it's Splat Zones, and then the next time will probably be Tower or Rainmaker or Clan Blitz. But yeah, it's a group stage. It does have the better format. I think Swiss is a big L, but Middle Cup is on a weekend, so it caters to more teams. For sure. So it kind of has to do Swiss, unfortunately. But like, actually, they don't really have to. But if they get anything 64 and lower, they probably could do group stage. But anyway, my bad. Um, but yeah, it's just a middle cup clone. Is the nicest way I can say that. But yeah, they're adding restrictions, so they're doing a one Zuka limit per team. I think that's all they're doing. Um, um, I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's enough in my opinion. In my personal opinion, I don't think that's enough. But we'll see what tournaments end up, cooking up going forward, or if we get a patch that's actually good this season, and hopefully it addresses most of the issues with the game right now. Zuka needs some startup, and Pencil needs a special points nerf, and maybe even a range nerf. So who knows? Or we just need to buff the other cooler options while also increasing Pencil's points for special. So yeah, hopefully that happens. If not, yeah, Nintendo has failed us. Anyway, if you're watching this on a Tuesday, not level up, Neon Whale has already happened. Neon Whale, presented by I almost said Dapple Productions, presented by Inkling Performance Lab, also hosted by SAC. This is their fifth edition, and they only have 6 teams this time around. As at the time that I'm recording this, um, it is another skill floor tournament. I already expressed my opinions on skill floors. I think they're stupid, but hey, to each their own. But yeah, I've been meaning to talk about this, but every time I want to talk about it, I'm either recording the episode on a Monday or before Neon Well even happens. Um, or I just record it the next day and completely forget about it. But yeah, we'll talk more about all of the tournaments in the community after the world stuff is done, and then after. And the next episode won't be us talking about all of the tournaments, but the episode after that will be us discussing all of the tournaments in the community and what I think we should do with tournaments going forward and all this other stuff if you care about that. So that'll be episode 7. Yeah, that'll be episode wait no. Yeah, that'll be episode 7 probably. Yeah. But yeah. Gone Well by SAC, presented by Inkling Performance Labs. So yeah, if you're banned from Low Ink, you can most likely play in that. So yeah, go ahead and sign up. I would like to see more than just 6 teams playing in a double elimination bracket. Hopefully. Um, so yeah, last time they had 8. I don't know, maybe it's because they're on a Monday or what, but yeah. Hopefully they get more signups, or maybe they reconsider um, the skill cap, not the skill cap, but the skill floor option. But yeah. Alright, so we got more information from Nintendo JP of Japan. They put out like a tweet, I think it was on Friday of last week. Yeah, Friday of last week. They put out a tweet that links you to a website and it gives you all the information on all the teams. So I'm gonna share my screen. If you are for some reason staring at my profile picture intensely, please stop doing that. But if you're listening, I'll read this stuff out to you, and I'll also have a link down to it in the description, so you can just follow along with me. But yeah, they have information on like Jackpot. Um, as you can see right here, you have a picture of Jackpot. You got Leafy, Jarrett, Madness, and Q. Why is okay? And then you got Kaiser. I believe that's Majin. It will show you the players if you click on this. So you click on this and it'll show you everything. And then it has the Greasy Goblins. It has the Greasy Goblins. This is the Australia and New Zealand representative. This is Latius. I forgot. I just know some players by face because I just recognize them because they've been at every single Worlds event possible. Latius, I believe this is Latius's. I forgot how many World Championship events they've had, but I'm pretty sure Latius has been to every single one of them. Pretty sure she has plot armor over there in Australia. We got Unadon. I believe that's how you say that. And then I'll show you guys a short video. It's not a short video actually. It's like I think it's like 11 minutes. I'll show you the video or the trailer that they have, and it gives you like a lot of information. It's in Japanese mostly, but it's pretty cool. Um, then you got the Phantom Thief. So Unadon is the South Korea representative right here, and then Phantom Thief is the Japanese representative that won Koshin. They ran through. I forgot the bucket player's name that was there, but they ran through. They beat their team, which that player was pretty good, and then they also beat the likes of Noricio's team. I think Team Rain was their name, and they beat them by like I think they 2-0'd them. The qualifiers are all turf war, and so they beat them on 2% on both maps that they played them on. And then we got the teams decided at the representatives deciding match held on Thursday, April the 11th, 2024. So we got GDEX that is from that is from Hong Kong, and then we got Taiwan representative in Smart Roast Chickens. I believe this is the team that has another Jared. So yeah, the cool thing about this is that it gives you the qualifier that they played in. So like, it gives you Nintendo Live, and it will show you the gameplay of the team. I don't think it will take you exactly to where like when they started playing, but it'll show you like the other teams that were also in the top four, or whatever, however many teams were in the bracket to qualify to have this opportunity to qualify for Worlds. But yeah, it gives you a lot of information. It gives you information on the player. It shows you what player is which with their profile picture. And then it also gives you their weapons. Some of these are outdated for sure. Like I know the North American, Europe, and probably Australia is probably up to date. Japan and Korea are probably up to date as well. But I know North America and Europe are also are outdated because they happened a while ago. Jared, this is the Jared player. It gives you his weapons and information there. You know, so it gives you the players' information, and it does this for every single one. So if you go here, um, it'll show you the packs. It'll show you the PAX Championship. So this is the one with Starburst, Jackpot, Crush Soda, and Duck Motif, also known as Tempest. So you got Madness here. It has Jared here. You know, you got Dot Q. This is outdated. Yeah, this is definitely outdated. We got Leafy here as well. So, and then I don't know what this chart is. I can't read Japanese. I don't know what this chart is measuring exactly, but this is pretty cool in my opinion. I wish it translated all of this, but it doesn't, which is fine. But maybe I could get someone that. So yeah, it shows you the qualifier for EU. You can watch that on YouTube. I'll have a link to this down in the description. But yeah, you got I don't know how to say that. You got Xeris right here. This is probably up to date. That is definitely accurate. We got Majin right here. That's probably, and then we got Fly Zero, so it has a lot of stuff there. And then Australia / New Zealand representative, we got the Greasy Goblins. It shows you this, and they put a lot of thought to this. And you got the PAX Australia, so it'll show you probably the final four for the PAX Australia and how they won and all this other stuff. If you want to relive that, I'll probably watch this because I will be doing a whole in-depth preview for this and stuff for sure. And so you know you got all the, this is probably up to date, you know, this so you got all this stuff. But yeah, Latias has been to every single world championship ever. So yeah, so yeah, we got the South Korea representative who have some pretty interesting weapons here. We got a Dapple Nouveau, and we got Gold Dynamo with Machine. We have a tent player, which is honestly pretty interesting. And then we have a Splash here. And then, you know, we got Phantom Thief, who we kind of saw. We get more, at least for me, I get more information on these guys because we got the Stamper and Dualies. We got all the buckets right here. We got the Reflex player, who I think specifically only plays Turf. But the rest of these players, I believe, are like 3,000 or something, have at least hit 3,000 and stuff. I already showed you the other two, the Hong Kong and the Taiwan representatives, but just in case. So, yeah. We got Dooley's Roller, 96 BDS. We got Fumion, Zap, and T-Tech. And then we got a ballpoint here. So, and then we got Smart Roast Chickens that are the Taiwan representative. We got the, yeah, so I think I showed you guys this already, but I said I was going to read it out for you guys. I didn't really, but I apologize, but yeah. So if you go to the website and you click on each, like, representative, it'll give you, like, information on them, and then it'll also give you, like, the event that they played in to qualify for this opportunity. Hopefully they do stream the Taiwan and Hong Kong match, and I wonder how that's gonna be decided. If it's gonna be a best of seven, if hopefully it's not a best of three, because that would be pretty lame. But hopefully it's like a best of seven. Maybe I doubt Nintendo will do a best of nine, but hopefully it's a best of seven, and hopefully it's pretty intense. Um, so hopefully we get to see some of that. Kind of weird that they have them playing on Thursday. Um, instead of just like why not have them play early on? These two teams might already be in Japan, so who knows? But who knows? Quite honestly, but yeah, there's that, and so I will pause. Hold on, I said pause, but no, I'm gonna show you guys the video and stuff. I'm gonna play this for you guys. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna play this video for you guys if you are watching. So yeah, 2017 was Deadbeat. I believe that was GG Boys. This was GG Boys again in 2019. And then yeah, so the last World Championship that we had was back in 2019, and so this will be the fourth edition. Uh, like I said before, like I mentioned before, Latias has been to all of the past three editions of the Splatoon World Championship. So this is pretty cool. And so it kind of I'll let the video play, but it kind of runs you through some stuff, and you probably have already seen this, but so I think this is just telling us what the website has already mostly told us, except in this video, I think it goes through each team. So it's going to start with Jackpot, and then it's going to start with Kaiser. They kind of did like this randomizer thing, like they were going to go like random across the board, but no, it goes in order. It goes to Jackpot, then Kaiser, then Greasy Goblins, then Unadon, Phantom Thief, and then it'll go to the both of the Taiwan and Hong Kong representatives, and it told you coming soon. So we won't know until after Thursday. But this kind of messes with maybe Kaiser a little bit. They do know who they're playing from Japan, which is Phantom Thief, because they're both in the same group. But in terms of like Taiwan and Hong Kong, um, we're not really too sure how strong they are. They, they may not, they probably don't look that strong to a lot of people, which is fair. I mean, one of them does have a, it might be Unadon that has a Dapple Nuvo, I forgot. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting. So and so in here they're gonna go through some information. Sorry, I'm probably rambling. They're gonna go through some information. They're gonna talk about each player and like what they bring to the table. I think they called Q the jetpack terror. And they give you some pretty. It looks like they go through some like analysis. Like I think on the Greasy Goblin one, it showed. I believe whoever was using the V shot, they were using Zuka, and it showed how when they shot Zuka one way, it forced the enemy team or the enemy player to retreat one way, and that's why they shot in the other direction as well. It was pretty cool. I don't know how in depth and like tactical. I don't know if it's FLC analysis level, but like it's definitely interesting. I'll kind of mute this, but they also go through key players and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just gonna run you through the wipeout. Hopefully you know what that is if you're playing, but I guess they're advertising it as if um you've never played Splatoon before. But yeah, they go through Kaiser. They'll do the same thing with Kaiser, all the weapons that they have and the specials below. Um, I believe this might be up to date. I think this they might list each mode that they play their weapons in. There's a mode missing because I only have four, but um, I'm not sure what that says. But yeah, so it highlights. I think it highlights in this first part different things about each team, and then it also talks about key players on each team. I forgot where they did that at. I forgot what they did that at. Yeah, okay. So they did it here. Key player for Kaiser is Majin, and I think the key player for Jackpot was Jerry. No, it was Dot Q. Yeah, key player for Jackpot was Dot Q. They said, and that's when they called Dot Q the Jackpot uh, God or the Jackpot. I said not. Did I say jackpot instead of jetpack? They said jetpack terror. I'm pretty sure they called Q the jetpack terror. Um, and then for Greasy Goblins, the key player here that they highlighted was Nex. Um, if you're a competitive player, obviously. Okay, so this is the part that I'm talking about where they highlighted when he used Zuka. Zuka is such a dumb special, dude. Yeah, so I guess it highlighted the strength of the main weapon and the special. Okay, so yeah, I said that right. Yeah, Unadon is the team with the dapple. So Unadon, I think Unadon. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, hopefully you get the gist. I wonder who they said the key player was for the Phantom Thieves. Um, so yeah, this is happening on April the 13th and the 14th. April the 13th, if this is your first time watching, April the 13th, it will be Turf War, and then April the 14th, it will be Turf War with Anarchy or Ranked modes. I just call it Ranked modes. So yeah, each team from the group stage will move on into the bracket. So the group stage is just initially for seeding. So the number one seeds from group A and B are gonna have a bye first round, and then I think the number two seed from group B is gonna play the number three seed from A, and then the number two seed from B is the number two seed from A is gonna play the number three seed from B, I believe. Um, or wait, is it the three seed from A playing the two seed? Yeah, it's three seed from A playing the two seed from B, and then it's the two seed from A playing the three seed from B, and then so Japan and North America, because that is the matchup everyone's highlighting, but at the moment people are saying it's just going to be an NA versus EU grand finals, considering Mauricio's team did lose, and the fact that it was turf war uh, kind of I don't want to say undervalues Phantom Thieves' win over team Tyrann. I think it was Tyrann, Mauricio's team. Um, but yeah, I don't want to say it kind of undervalues their win, but it does kind of be like, it's kind of turf wars. Turf war is not the best mode for that. Um, for something like that to decide qualifiers, you know. But yeah, but yeah. So that is it, and we'll do a whole um in-depth preview for it. I'm going to do some research and watch. Um, I'm gonna do some research and definitely watch over the qualifiers that I did not see. So the Australia and on everyone from Australia and everyone down, I'm gonna watch their qualifiers so I can, and then I'll watch the set on Thursday, and we'll have some information regarding that. So yeah, um, but yeah, man, thank y'all for watching. Oh, I forgot to mention the LSL Invitational is also happening this Saturday. I'll kind of give a background into the Invitational when I do my preview for the Worlds stuff. So yeah, we're looking for 8 of the quote unquote best LSL teams to compete and duke it out in a special LSL tournament that is going to have some restrictions to it, um, which I won't spoil just yet until we know all 8 teams. We do know 4 out of the 5, or not 5. I mean like 5 out of the 8 so far. Um, but um, but yeah, we'll probably do a whole in-depth preview on that, and then I'll also like give my thoughts on the tournament, how I think it went, and all this other stuff. Um, in the early parts. So hopefully that all goes well. So yeah, and then also if Worlds doesn't start until like 8 p.m. like how Koshin started, because Koshin did start at like 8 p.m. Well, that would be 9 p.m. EST, but 8 p.m. CST for me. If it starts at 9 p.m. EST like it did for Koshin, I will be doing a watch party for both days. If not, I'll probably just do a watch party for day 2. Once we get that information, I'll probably put that out in the next episode. But yeah, I'll put my Twitch down below. Twitch.tv/price underscore sky99. I probably won't do a watch party. Who knows? But yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Alright, I will see you guys later.